Well, high-speed traders are taking a page out of the U.S. military's playbook, using lasers to try and gain an edge. Our question is this need for speed fair game, or free markets run amok? Mike Persico is the CEO and founder of Anova Technologies, joins us live now from Chicago. It's an interview you will see first on CNBC. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
First blush, you look at a story like this, and it raises the issue we try to raise today, and that's the battle between free markets yet fair markets, and this need for continued speed, getting faster and faster and faster. Why is that a good thing for the markets?
Yeah, you know, the whole world is accelerating. You don't ask people to make their computer slower. You don't ask people to make their cell phone slower. And what we're doing is going ahead and continuing on that pace. But there's a responsibility to make the rest of the markets equally as fast. Compliance, regulatory, things of that nature. Anything else, frankly, to us is a step backwards. But sure, there is one aspect to this that isn't being talked about with the lasers, and that's the capacity component. We offer 13 times the capacity of a traditional wireless network, which means that this isn't some tool for HFT. We plan on delivering access to the retail investor at the same rates, that is, the same speed that we're giving to the institutional traders.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, look, faster mobile phone technology, all that kind of stuff, the playing field's equal for everyone, right, under that setting. But if only some are gaining an even larger competitive edge at the peril, perhaps, of some other traders, isn't there a problem with that?
Right, and there's another way that we're seeking to democratize this. This is something we've been very cognizant of when we were building the technology, is how can we, to take a page out of the regulator's book, free, open, and equal access. And one of the ways that we've done this is we have signed deals with all of the major equity exchanges to use this technology to disseminate prices to all of their customers. So all of their customers means every brokerage firm, every trading firm, every bank, and then that gets disseminated downstream. So in our view, we're not just a narrow tool for the six biggest top firms or prop firms in the world.
Right. Michael, John Najarian here. I actually like what Michael's doing here, Judge, even though a lot of times I rail against high-frequency traders, which I still will, but the democratization part of what Michael's firm is delivering is one of the things that I think is positive. Now, Michael, for the viewers, a lot of folks don't understand, of course, that people were drilling through mountains to get a several millisecond advantage over other folks. And then they went to microwaves and various wave technologies, but they were disrupted by weather, whereas your technology, the lasers, is something that is not going to be disrupted by weather, and yet is going to get the information from these data centers back distributed out to the rest of the world, as well as, of course, some of those high-frequency trades that are going to ride on this. I just kind of wanted to put that out there because it's not just an advantage for some. This is going to be something that truly could democratize it.
Right, and that's what was the other goal, is availability. What good is it if you're up 80% of the time? You know, this technology gives people 99.9% availability. So it's stable. Go ahead.
Michael, but let me ask you this for a question. And again, there's nothing wrong with the product, and the advancement of technology, I believe, is a good thing. But you're mentioning the retail community. The retail community doesn't need this product. They're not putting an order in that says, get me filled as fast as I possibly can. They have to get kids off to school. They have bills to pay. They have to work. So the retail community is not really going to embrace this unless they're sitting in front of a computer and their job is to trade in and out of equities during the day.
Right. They're not going to embrace it, but they're not going to be disenfranchised by it.
But they don't need it.
That's the main distinction. They don't need it, but they're going to get access to it in the same fashion. For example, if someone wants to have a really fast computer and someone else doesn't, the person that doesn't need the fast computer, they would take a fast one. It just wouldn't matter to them. So we're giving to everybody whether or not it's required, and thus leveling the playing field. It's not up to us to determine, you know, who wants things and who doesn't. What we're about is democratizing it and leveling the playing field.
Mike, thanks for coming on.
All right, take care.
All right, Mike Persico.